This is a dangerous time. Moving forward, we need to be more vigilant with what we trust from the internet.
I don't think that's true.
With the advent of deepfakes, a powerful tool is available to the masses.
Oh no.
Every few months you can see the major updates of things that probably you wouldn't think was possible a couple months ago.
What have you done? What have you created? A monster.
The ability to create deception is democratized.
It's a marketplace. You can get tutorials, make requests. My crush. Yep, my ex. Exactly.
Being the target of fake pornography, it's just been such a life-shattering experience.
You know, whether they think it's real or not, the women themselves feel victimized.
I do feel bad for non-celebrities.
But you don't stop it though.
And in a culture of virality, misinformation can upend democracy.
I am a fake.
The technology has gotten so good that I think it's only a matter of time before deepfakes are used to influence an election.
I am worried about the non-consensual porn. I'm worried about the fraud. I'm worried about the misinformation, but I'm really worried that we as a society are entering a place where everybody can have their own set of facts. Well, then nothing has to be true. Everything can be fake.
So how did you get your start as an artist?
So my background's fairly traditional. I came through the graffiti and street art worlds, and then I kind of started to kind of branch out a bit and kind of specialize in what is called ad hacking. So I would kind of like take over advertising spaces in the city, but I'd also kind of work with a network of artists to do the same on a huge scale.
Build Posters is a British street artist whose work confronts disinformation and power in both public spaces and online.
So I kind of shifted my practice from public space to digital space, and I wanted to kind of question and interrogate these new emerging forms of power that we're seeing now with social media corporations. And this is my kind of installation here at the Vanguard exhibition. It's a series of works called Big Data.
I feel really blessed because I genuinely love the process of manipulating people online for money.
Poster's latest exhibition uses artificial intelligence to manipulate videos of celebrities, so they appear to say things they did not. The result is a synthetic media known as deepfakes.
Imagine this for a second. One man with total control of billions of people's stolen data, all their secrets, their lives, their futures.
It demonstrates how easy it is to put words into people's mouths. So you think that's Mark Zuckerberg talking, and it isn't. Who knows? It's fake.
Whoever controls the data controls the future.
There's real concern about what is going to happen in the future if this is allowed to continue.
I want you to read this one first.
The term deepfakes was coined in 2017. And since then, viral videos of face-swap celebrities have unveiled the power that artificial intelligence can add to image manipulation.
Generate an image, generate a video, generate an audio, swap a face, make a face, change a voice. It's all the same basic idea. As long as you have data, you can match what is being created against that, and now you have this very powerful machinery for creating synthetic media.
Hani Farid is a professor and digital forensic scientist at UC Berkeley and has studied digital manipulation for over 20 years. Farid began studying deepfakes when they first appeared online in 2017.
The first versions of it were truly pathetic. They were like these tiny little images, black and white.
I never met Forrest Gump.
It was trying to replace one person's face in a video with another, and there was like a seam everywhere, and the face was like moving. And in fact, what we saw is about every 3 to 4 months, we saw the next iteration, and the images got higher resolution, and then they were in color, and then they weren't slipping as much, and there were fewer artifacts. And suddenly, you know, we went from that to what we just saw in the last few months with these amazing Tom Cruise deepfake TikTok videos, where it was almost imperceptible that this was a fake video.
I mean, it's all the real thing.
And that unfolded over a 4 to 5 year period, which is really unprecedented in this space.
The screen says Deepfake Live.
That's right. It's a real-time version of a deepfake, which means that we can turn you into anyone we really wanted in real time. So one thing I can do now is turn you into Will Smith by just clicking that one button.
Okay. So this, I would say, it's pretty detectable. I look at this and I don't think, I'm not going to be fooled, but for a live image, that's pretty impressive.
It's funny because I'm just looking at Will Smith and then talking through your performance.
Hao Li is the CEO of Pinscreen, a Los Angeles-based artificial intelligence company that uses deep learning technology to produce advanced AI-driven virtual avatars.
Oh, no, this is not a match. This is odd. This is really odd.
No, am I making you uncomfortable?
I am.
Okay. Not bad.
We have Theresa May.
Oh no. I mean, the eyes definitely. Actually, I do kind of look like her. Who would have thought? I mean, this is incredible.
In some ways, you can see deepfakes as a democratized form of visual effects. So in the past, when people were trying to create digital humans inside videos, they would use very sophisticated pipeline for generating humans. So they would use traditional computer graphics. And the thing that's very different there is that you would need a ton of artists, a huge budget, and it would take months to actually create the person, capture the person, animate the person, and render everything onto the screen. What's different now is that you can basically have a deep neural network figure it all out, and you can automate this process.
Wow. So I want to deepfake you, get the AI, get the algorithm at work, walk away for a bit, and I come back and...
That's literally how the algorithm works. So please come in. So I'll take your face and I stick it onto mine, like really like in Mission Impossible, but just all digital. What I'll do is I'll ask you to record a couple of videos, completely random, looking at different directions, different lighting conditions, right? So this is important because you want to capture as many variations as possible. And then I'm going to use my face and then plug it all together.
Right.
Now, you're obviously more fit than me, and my face is also slightly bigger than yours. So what we would do is we would first apply 3D face tracking to the face, and then we'll calculate your facial proportions, and then morph my face to have your facial proportions. And then the next step, that's where the face replacement happens. So this is now using the decoder that has Adam face while using a Hao input. Now if I play that, you'll have the sequence of me.
Whoa. That is creepy right there. Oh my God.
Like with my hair?
The hair and all that. You know, I will say, obviously it's much easier for me to see that that isn't me.
Right.
But for someone who maybe doesn't know who I am, I hope I haven't pissed you off, because seeing what you can do here, distorting me, I'm a little afraid.
So you'll see something.
Of what you're capable of. What have you done? What have you created?
A monster.
Hollywood special effects artists have been creating fake images for a very long time.
Sure, and they're good at it.
Yeah. How is this any different than that?
Manipulating images is not new. We've been doing it for a long time. The only thing that is different is we've democratized access to the technology. They've always been able to do this. There's no question. But now, think about a world that goes from taking a technology that is in the hands of a few and putting it into the hands of the many. Right? That's a very different type of technology, because now, when the average person on Reddit can go online and download Hollywood-level technology and create deepfakes of President Biden, Vice President Harris, Speaker Pelosi, and distribute that to the world, That's a very different threat vector that we have to think about.
Congress is tackling the issue of deepfakes. Lawmakers on the House Intelligence Committee held a hearing Thursday.
What enables deepfakes and other modes of disinformation to become truly pernicious is the ubiquity of social media and the velocity at which false information can spread.
Well, one of my colleagues put it very eloquently by saying, it used to be, I'll believe it when I see it. Now it's, I'll see it when I believe it. There's just been an all-out assault on truth and on fact, with people claiming that they have the right to their own alternate facts, and the truth isn't truth. And with these new technologies, those that have an interest in degrading the idea of truth now have a powerful new tool.
The committee will come to order.
Congressman Adam Schiff serves as chairman of the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence and is leading the government's efforts to regulate deepfakes. You know, there are some experts who say that there are national security concerns, that deepfakes could potentially push us into conflict with other states. Is that realistic, and does that keep you up at night?
There are all kinds of malicious applications of deepfake technology. There could be deepfakes that represent an attack on a facility, or you could have a deepfake showing a racial attack of some kind that is designed to be incendiary. The technology has gotten so good that the race between the algorithms to detect deepfakes and the race with algorithms that are promoting and designing them means that some of our adversaries may stay one step ahead, which means that they could put out a deepfake before an election. And by the time that we were able to definitively determine that it was a fake, the impact on the election would already be felt.
One does not need any great imagination to envision even more nightmarish scenarios that would leave the government, the media, and the public struggling to discern what is real and what is fake.
In 2019, Schiff led a hearing on deepfakes in the Intelligence Committee. It was Congress's first hearing on deepfakes.
I asked the experts whether we're going to get to the point where the deepfakes are so good that we can't tell definitely, even with the best of our technology, that they're fake. And the answer was, we're already there.
But what can Congress actually do to try to mitigate some of these potential hazards?
Well, we can and are trying to fund the technology to detect them and detect them quickly, so that when something is put out, say, by an adversary power to influence our elections, we can get good intel on, is it a fake, who produced it, where did it come from, is this a state-run propaganda effort, is this a private criminal gang, is it a domestic bad actor? One of the really troubling aspects of deepfake technology is people watching that video, even if they're told that what they're seeing is fake, are still influenced by it. And so you can realize that what you're seeing is not real and still have it leave a mark. And so in this sense, it's not a complete remedy to even be able to disclose something as fake. Once people have seen it, a very significant portion of the damage is done.
According to a 2019 report by cybersecurity company Deeptrace, 96% of all deepfakes online are pornographic, and the top 5 deepfake pornography websites exclusively target women. Hi, Noelle.
Hello.
When did you first learn that your image was being taken and altered?
When I was 18 years old, I just tried this thing called Google image reverse search, and within an instant I saw images of me taken from my social media and posted on these pornographic sites, and the images of me were doctored or manipulated.
Noelle believes pictures from her social media accounts were shared on fetish websites, where they were then photoshopped and turned into graphic images.
I saw images depicting me having sexual intercourse, images of me in solo positions, where my face was doctored onto the naked bodies of adult actresses. I was edited onto images depicting me being onto multiple covers of adult movies, and they even edited my name in fancy font and superimposed that text on the images themselves. So they weren't just, taking my likeness, they were completely creating a fake and separate persona of me without my consent.
Noelle tried contacting the police, private investigators, and government agencies, but because she didn't know where the images originated, there was no way to hold the creators accountable. In 2018, she discovered her likeness was no longer just being used to create pornographic images, but had now escalated into deepfake videos.
I was at work and I received an email from just a random email address, fake account, fake, I don't know who it is, and they said that there's a deepfake video of me on some porn sites. I just remember being at work and reading that and just being shocked because I knew that they were escalating the images, but I didn't think that they would go this far. But they did, and then I was sent a link to the video.
Are you comfortable? Can you show me the deepfake videos that are out there?
I am comfortable.
Noelle forwarded us the link to the deepfake video she was anonymously sent.
I can't even look at it actually. It's disgusting.
You know, I can't really imagine what was going through your head like the first time you saw that. I mean,
It was completely horrifying, dehumanizing, degrading, violating, to just see yourself being misrepresented and being misappropriated in that way.
the barrier to entry is very low, and anybody can go here or a number of different sites to commission the creation of a deepfake of anybody.
It's creepy.
Super creepy.
Adam Dodge is an attorney and the founder of NTAB, an organization that works toward ending technology-enabled abuse.
In early 2018, we were made aware of deepfakes by being exposed to celebrity deepfake pornography. So there wasn't even a chance to look at it through a different lens of, hey, this could be used in movie editing or inserting somebody into a Star Wars film or film editing. It was, no, this is a weaponized form of technology used to harm women and girls online. Some of them are really poorly done, but they're all deeply harmful and deeply disturbing to the victim, regardless of the quality of the forgery. Here's the problem. In most states, non-consensual pornography is illegal. However, if you create deepfake non-consensual pornography, those laws are not going to apply because it's not the victim's body being portrayed in the video. It's just their face. So the video won't meet the threshold to be prosecuted under that law. So you need to find other laws like credible impersonation or false impersonation, things like harassment, cyber stalking. You know, those would qualify. We need to take the laws that we have on the books now and apply and shoehorn new technological crimes into those laws.
But isn't it also fair to say that this is an example of laws on the books that just haven't kept up with technology?
Our legislative process is glacial compared to the ways in which technology iterates, and there's no possible way we'll be able to keep pace because, you know, deepfakes are the tip of the iceberg. We're going to see a bunch of different iterations and improvements off the ways in which deepfake-related technologies are used to harm folks. So my goal is to have really broad laws that don't really narrowly define deepfakes or any technology, because it's not really about the deepfake, it's about harm. It's about making somebody feel unsafe or threatened or stalked.
What kind of an impact has this had on you personally and professionally?
It robs you of opportunities and it robs you of your career and your hopes and your dreams. And I, you know, have been admitted as a lawyer, and that's the only thing that I've ever wanted to do. And particularly in that area where it's all about name and image and reputation, it's been extremely hard for me to find employment. And so just by virtue of those images being out there is enough to, you know, try and drag my reputation and my name and my image down the drain. It's just been such a life-shattering experience. And I actually think it's just caused me more pain than it has actually, you know, given me strength or resilience, as much as that's kind of not a great way to look at the world. But it really has just almost destroyed me.
Okay. It's just all, this is all celebrity, this is just a deepfake porn site. So this is the main function of this site, is to put celebrities into pornography. And then if you go to the forums,
It's essentially a marketplace.
it's a marketplace. You can get tutorials or make requests.
My crush or my ex.
Exactly, 100%. This is where one of many places you can go on the internet to get these things created. There's a demand and people are filling that demand for sure.
Going by the pseudonym Dom, the owner of one of the internet's most popular deepfake pornography websites, agreed to speak with us under the condition that we distort his voice.
Hey, this is Adam.
Yeah, I'm here.
So I'm just curious, what attracted you to this in the first place?
Well, what attracted me was the technology. So the, artificial intelligence, the deep learning, and how it produced such great results. I think at the time I was just kind of thinking how impactful this technology could be, which drew me into it and kind of, brought me into the rabbit hole.
In 2018, Reddit banned its deepfake subreddit for breaking its involuntary pornography rules. Following the ban, Dom created his website to replace Reddit as the home for deepfake pornography on the internet. According to Dom, his site gets approximately 350,000 visitors per day.
So I was looking at your site earlier and I saw a disclaimer at the bottom of the page that said that, the images on this site are in fact deep fakes, and you should be aware of that. So you feel like that disclaimer sort of takes you off the hook?
If users make sure that people know that it's fake and it's clearly labeled as a fake and for entertainment purposes, as long as they don't try to pass it off as the real thing, that's basically where my cutoff is. And
are you not sympathetic to the fact that even if, let's say, a good share of the people who are watching these deepfake videos, whether they think it's real or not, the women themselves feel victimized, they feel attacked, they feel assaulted, they feel humiliated?
it depends on which group you're talking about. I don't feel bad for celebrities, no. I'm not hosting these videos of non-celebrities on there. And again, I'm not even the creator of the app. So I don't see how I'm to blame, I guess. Like, I don't feel like it's my fault for that happening. I can see how it happens, and I do feel bad for non-celebrities.
But you don't stop it though. I mean, I just going through the site, I did see requests that people were making, not of celebrities, but just random people. And once it goes into DM, like, your ability to control what is done is really limited, right?
Basically, yeah, anything could go behind the scenes, and I wouldn't know, or my moderators wouldn't know. It's hard to police everything.
You're sort of taking like a Facebook or a Twitter kind of position and saying, I provide the platform, what exactly happens on the platform, I can't police all of it.
Yeah, I mean, if these platforms, Facebook, Twitter, or whatnot, can't do it, it's definitely hard for, nobody's perfect, right? So these platforms are there, but it is hard to police it.
It's not just that we can create it, but I can now distribute it to the world through social media, which wasn't true 10 years ago. Not only can I distribute it through social media, but then you have millions of people around the world who are now re-amplifying that by sharing it because it conforms to their preconceived notion. They don't like this person, they like this person. And now it's the perfect storm, right? You can create the stuff, you can distribute it to the world instantaneously, and then it gets amplified in what? 20 minutes, 30 minutes? It's a ballgame.
In 2019, a video of Nancy Pelosi appearing intoxicated went viral on Facebook.
And then he had a press conference in the Rose Garden.
The video had been purposely slowed down so that the Speaker of the House's voice was slurred. Facebook reduced its visibility on feeds and attached a warning label to the video, but allowed it to remain on its platform and get viewed millions of times.
It seemed that Facebook at the time was making arbitrary decisions about what it would do with this type of content on their platform, because in kind of like May, June 2019, they had no synthetic media policies.
A deepfake video can put words in the mouths of people who never said them, literally. And one of Mark Zuckerberg was posted to Instagram.
We just wanted to kind of like ask the question, would it be one rule for Mark Zuckerberg and another rule for Congresswoman Pelosi? And as a result, created a situation where Facebook had to come out with a statement.
In January 2020, Facebook announced a new policy banning intentionally misleading deepfakes from its platforms.
Nunca houve injustiça tão grande quanto a prisão do presidente Lula.
So this is one of the deepfakes that we've done in collaboration with Globo, so the media company in Brazil. We tried with a state-of-the-art detector from Microsoft Research, and there was not a single frame. It could detect anything, right? It was all like, this is real, this is real.
Given how realistic deepfakes are you at all troubled about what the consequences may be?
I think we always have to be concerned about what their potential applications are. And I think that's something that in the past we probably never had to worry about. Just like the way, deepfakes were used in pornography. So I don't think anyone in my circle saw that coming.
Really?
At that, it was really, my feeling was, I found it weird because I was like, we developed this for visual effects, right?
Yeah.
And the only thing we have in mind is, creating some actors from the past or creating, someone flying from one building to another.
Right.
I didn't see, 96% of all the deepfakes being just porn.
One thing that I've learned is that technology, for all of its, positive use cases and intentions, we've seen over the years that nefarious actors have always been at the cutting edge of taking a new technology and then running with it.
From my perspective, the technology itself is not harmful. It's the application, how you use it.
Aren't you essentially, as somebody who's creating and pioneering deepfakes, basically, serving up this technology, unleashing it and saying, we're gonna wash our hands of it because our intentions are good.
Right.
What you do with it is up to you.
I totally agree with you. I'm not saying that we shouldn't be responsible for how it's being used. And I certainly believe that it should be regulated, right? We shouldn't take the extreme approach of saying this shouldn't be allowed.
Sure.
Because if it's not allowed here, it's gonna be allowed somewhere else, and someone else is gonna have that.
We still have a human problem because humans will believe what they want.
That's true. Even if they think it's fake, they'll still believe it.
A mom arrested, accused of making fake videos threatening her daughter's cheerleading rivals.
In 2020, a Bucks County, Pennsylvania competitive cheerleading team became the subject of national news when a cheerleader claimed a video of her vaping had been manipulated. Investigators initially believed the cheerleader's claim that the vaping video had been doctored, but later could not find any evidence to substantiate her allegations.
And now prosecutors are saying they were wrong. Those charges have been dropped. The mom says her life has been ruined.
Experts have called this phenomenon the liar's dividend, where individuals dismiss real videos to avoid accountability by claiming they're deepfakes.
It's very easy to dismiss facts, and I've seen this over the last few years, where events happen around the world. Police brutality, human rights violations, politicians saying and doing things, and then people say, it's a deep fake, that's not true. And very quickly you can dismiss facts that are inconvenient to you. I am worried about the non-consensual porn, I'm worried about the fraud, I'm worried about the misinformation, but I'm really worried that we as a society, both here and abroad, are entering a place where everybody can have their own set of facts. Well then, nothing has to be true. Everything can be fake. I don't know how we move forward as a society or democracy in that world.
Hey, thanks for checking out CBSN Originals on YouTube. If you want to watch more documentaries, download the free CBS News app on your phone, tablet, smart TV, or any streaming device. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking down here. Thanks for watching.